$900 billion. Okay.
Unbelievable.
That's the price of this quote unquote COVID relief, right?
Yeah.
But you're looking at, right? First of all, they delayed getting it because they had IT problems with printing and everything.
Oh, I'm
So
sure
they get it at 2 in the afternoon. It's a 5,500 page document. And of course, nobody read it, right? Just like the Obamacare thing. And you're reading it. There's like Pell Grants, broadband access,
Pell Grants
climate
for
change
prisoners.
money. Yeah. Really? For prisoners?
For prisoners, yeah.
Climate change, global, a $4 billion global health program. Basically, we're funding the world's immunizations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That was Bill Gates that insisted on that.
Yeah. It's like, what? This got to be an FU to Trump saying, haha, our politicians still rule the land and you don't.
It's an FU to the American people.
Yeah, it really is.
It
Jesus
really
Christ.
is.
This is
no question. This is an insult to us. I mean, 600 measly bucks. $600 is nothing.
$600. I calculated it out, and it's basically some people get $600, but every person in the United States, man, woman, and child, has to pay $3,500 for this pork bill.
Yeah.
So they're getting $500 out of the deal, but they're paying more than $3,500.
Yeah.
Plus everybody has to pay the $3,500.
The next bill that comes out of Congress better be income taxes are suspended for the next 2 years.
Oh, no, of course not. It's going to be income taxes raised because we have to pay the COVID bill. We got to pay the COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
It really. I think Trump should. If there's some, because the way they did this was a big fuck you to him because now he's forced to sign it, or they're going to paint him over Christmas of being the Grinch that didn't give it relief. And so again, just sending the bill to him is a fuck you to him. He should send it back. I think most Americans would say fuck this, and I am. And so you know what? Veto the fucking thing. Make these assholes work. And they're gonna try this. See, this is the thing. They're gonna try this. Nobody likes these people anymore. Nobody respects these people anymore. Nobody respects the media anymore. Nobody does. Even the Biden people, even the BLM people, they don't respect these people anymore. They have way overshot it. They've screwed up. Trump is not a politician. We all know this, whether you like him or not. He's not. But these people are. And these, you know what they should do with all of these pork spending? They should do. The person that recommended it should put their initials on it, on the bill. Because I want to know who came up with, what is it, $10 billion or $10 million for gender studies in Pakistan? Like, what the fuck? You know?
It's like you never heard of this. That's why it's so depressing, because you never heard of this in the last 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And now you're getting another politician in, and they're getting in while the getting's good, and everyone has their crap in there.
Yeah.
And you read Pelosi's site, and they're proud of this. They actually have that stuff out there.
I know.
We got this. It's like,
well,
it's supposed to be a COVID relief thing.
Right.
That's my thing. I get it. They always put pork into everything, right? But this is supposed to be to help Americans.
Yes.
To help the United States people get through this, because the government shut everybody down.
They gave like $100 million to Sudan.
Yeah.
You know who's going to get that money?
Yeah, the warlords.
Like 25 warlords.
Yeah.
They're going to get this money. You think the people of Sudan are going to get this?
And what does Sudan have to do? They have to turn around and give that money to China because of all the loans they have for all the infrastructure problems to China.
Yeah, China's getting a big lump sum payment.
Yeah, they're extremely happy about this.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to get their money.
Yeah.
So the warlords are going to get theirs enough to live comfortably for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
But China is going to eventually add all this up, and you see where the money's going.
Do you have any friends, like civilian friends, that are going, this thing is great? Do you have any? I don't know any. I think 350 million people in this country are going, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Is the media reporting it though? Is the media reporting the bad stuff though? I haven't
Probably.
seen anything in
Yeah.
the news. So
Yeah.
most people don't know. You know,
Yeah.
they really don't know.
Yeah.
You have to tell them. You have to tweet them. They go, "Oh, that sucks," and
Well,
then you
they
tweet them.
got, a lot of the low income and low information voters, especially Democrats, they're they're uh, they're probably going to get mad because they got $1,200 last time. Now they're
Yeah,
only going to get $600. It's not like they're not going to notice that they
yeah,
didn't get as much as the last check.
yeah. But they're
And
getting children checks too. Did the children get the checks before? Because it's six
oh,
hundred dollars per person, and I think it's like $500 or $600 per a child.
sorry, yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
so I think the low income people are gonna love it because they're
Mhm.
getting a shitload more money, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's per child. You need to look that up
It's
though.
still in a family of four. It's barely going to pay their rent.
Yeah, well, you see, $600 is like a week's pay, right? For most
Low
people.
in, yeah,
Yeah. So that's only a week's pay, and they've been out
yeah,
of work since March, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. But it's like that portion of the bill is such a microcosm of and then they give billions to the business relief thing, which is good. But the business relief, like that lady who was crying about her bar going out of business,
Yeah.
she's not going to get any of that money.
No.
But the studio that had the thing right next to her that could have a party is getting the money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I was thinking about it. I mean, if you're a small business, how do you get this money? You have to go to your lawyer. Oh shit, a lawyer! Jesus Christ, that costs a lot of
Yeah.
money.
There's
I got to go to
$2,500 right there. Just
yeah, I got to go to a lawyer. Jeez,
yeah.
okay, it's better not to do it. I don't know,
Yeah.
you know. So that's a small business, right?
Yeah.
Then you get the
Yeah.
bigger businesses that can do it. That's why they get the lion's share of the money.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's always the same way. It's about these stupid lawyers and these tricks you have to do to get your stuff.
Yeah.
And the people that need it won't get it. I looked at the
Oh,
Baskin
the
Robbins that went
Kennedy
out of
Center. Did you see that? The Kennedy Center. Remember
yeah,
that was a big thing in the first one.
they
They
got
got like
14 million
million
something.
bucks. Yeah,
Yeah,
they got 10 million bucks, and then they fired everybody. They
yeah,
got the 10 million bucks to keep things, to keep the center going,
yeah,
and then they get the money, and then they fired everybody, and
yeah,
now they're getting another like $20 million.
yeah,
The Kennedy Center, like who the hell goes to the Kennedy Center? You know who goes to the Kennedy Center? Rich people. That's who
yeah,
goes to the Kennedy Center. Not
yeah,
not low income, middle class, working class people. They don't get dressed up and go to the friggin' Kennedy Center. It's
yeah,
all the people from the Upper East Side or Upper West Side or whatever the hell side of New York it's on, or whatever, or wherever. It's just this is an insult. And
yeah,
the one thing, if Trump doesn't pull this thing off, and we get Biden for the next 4 years, which obviously that looks the way it's going.
yeah,
The thing is millions and millions of people are woken up to this shit.
yeah,
They're like they're not buying the media, and the media just has zero power anymore because who is the most respected name anchor in media? We used to have like Walter Cronkite and Peter Jennings and guys like that. Who's the most? They're not. They're all jokes. They're all
yeah,
jokes.
yeah.
Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper. They're all jokes. Anderson Cooper, his mother is what, like Gloria Vanderbilt,
Vanderbilt or
one of the
something like that.
Vanderbilts.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he grew up in his, little precious household with his little blue knickers and everything. Nobody respects these people.
yeah,
And Fox has pissed away all of their goodwill that they
yeah,
may have had because they've been never Trumper. I've had arguments with people about this, saying that Fox is okay, and there are good personalities on Fox, like Tucker is okay,
yeah,
and Hannity just rubs me the wrong way. I agree with a lot of his positions on things, but he just bugs me. I never was a big Hannity fan,
yeah,
but yeah, so that's what he's woken us up to. What a friggin' cesspool DC is. It
yeah,
is, and not just DC. COVID then revealed what a cesspool every one of our state houses are, and every
yeah,
one of our mayors are.
yeah,
These people are horrible people. They're
yeah,
horrible people. I look at my own mayor. You know how much I hate my friggin' mayor. And we're going through. We had that nor'easter a few days ago. You know, we're all covered with snow, and she makes all these decisions. But unlike probably the majority of people that live in Salem, she's got a driveway. She doesn't have to worry about parking issues.
Plus, she has her own special snow parking place, right?
And
that's reserved for
she
her.
has snow parking right in the center of town, the prime location in the center of the town. And she doesn't even need, for her and her family. Okay? For her and her family. So her shitty little daughter gets a parking space in a parking garage so that she doesn't even have to wipe snow off her car when she does. This is and the worst thing is the mayor. All the mayor has to do is call the cops and say, "Hey, can you give me a ride in? I can't get my car out of my driveway. I got to get to work." You know, like and what we're all woken up to is these people. None of them are good. Politics attracts the worst among us. It does not attract the best and brightest. It attracts the worst among us. Self-centered, self-styled aristocrats that love and lust after power. And Donald Trump woke us up to that. You know, and these media people, nobody believes them anymore. There is not one person that's like, well, at least there's one thing I can be sure of. Walter Cronkite's going to tell me the truth tonight, or Harry Reasoner, or those guys. I mean, we used to. I never bought into it anyway, but we used to have that trusted thing, and nobody trusts them anymore. Now what are people doing? Listening to podcasts.
I know. I was looking at this headline thing, and they said that the Trump-leaning Newsmax said this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you never hear that said about CNN or MSNBC.
Biden-leaning CNN.
The liberal-leaning CNN said, or the Biden-loving CNN said. You never hear that.
Never.
It's always one way, and you can't say it the other way.
Yeah.
Because you get in trouble.
Yeah.
And
I really the country is waking up, and again, if people think Trump is just going to go away, they're out of their fucking mind. And the guy does have, for lack of a better term, a cult following now. He's they're talking about, like, I heard this a couple of weeks ago, and then I heard about it last night again too. Is during Biden's inauguration, there's going to be like a big rally, for Trump, which who knows whether that will happen, the same day, because Trump will most likely show up if there is an inauguration. But who knows? Biden's already putting out the thing that he's telling his supporters not to show up to the inauguration because of COVID.
Because nobody's going to show up anyways.
Yes, that's why he's doing it. He's doing it because he doesn't want to open up the mall at in DC and just have about 80 people showing up wandering around with camera phones.
Or they hear him stuttering and stumbling through his whole speech. That would be another one.
They're pumping them full of these drugs, in the morning. I know. I told you my dad took them because my dad in the morning, he was a mess. Like, you couldn't. That was the worst time of the day. Well, the nights. Yeah. That's the thing that this guy's going to head into. The nights. It's a thing called sundowners.
Yeah.
And once it literally happens once the sun goes down, it has to do with, I don't know, UV light or some shit like that. But they get anxious and confused, and it's awful to watch. And then they get night terrors. I mean, this guy's a mess. We're never gonna see him. They're gonna keep this guy.
They're gonna hide him. They're gonna hide him as long as they can.
Oh, they're gonna hide him.
When they can't anymore, then they'll pull out the 25th Amendment.
Yeah.
And then
they'll just say he has COVID, and
he's not going to travel the world. He's not going to meet any other foreign dignitary.
No.
He's going to stay in the White House for 4 years, and they're going to say he's being cautious because of COVID.
Yep.
That's what he's going to do.
And meanwhile, Congress is just going to keep passing these ridiculous bills, sending money all over the world, paying off people for favors all over the world, and he's going to sign them. And
can you imagine if they made Hillary Clinton Secretary of State again? Then all of a sudden you'll see the Clinton Foundation come back in full swing.
She'll fire that thing up. She'll turn on the furnace and get that going. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand the people that say, "Oh my God, 900 billion." I'm so glad that finally passed.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't imagine anybody saying this. I mean, you look through it. I'm actually going to look through it, right? I know
yeah,
it's 5,000 pages, but I'm going to look through it because there's just scratching the surface of the
yeah,
money you see
yeah,
is just ridiculous. And I think
yeah,
every penny spent on these businesses should be tracked, and I think it should be publicly
yeah.
acknowledged. But
I,
of course, it won't be.
I,
I know it
you
won't.
know, yeah, I know you say that. I, I'd expect it to be.
Yeah, you
You
would think so, right?
think would it be expecting? You can't just give a friggin' check to a company,
For
you know,
1.2
and
billion
yeah,
dollars.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because again, all this money that's going to gender studies in Pakistan, honestly, it's like the Black Lives Matter movement. The
yeah,
Black Lives Matter, they got like what, 10.5 billion in donations,
yeah,
and Minnesota's still smoldering cinders. You
yeah.
know, these black communities aren't getting everything. $10.5 billion. They should be able to, start fixing all these buildings and all these, urban centers and everything. But no,
All the
it's
ones that burnt during this thing,
it's
was it
it's like
three?
what you call you have. It's just a slush fund. It's a
Yeah,
slush fund, and all I know is that what they'll do is they'll find some poor person and they'll give them a check for $10,000 and they'll
yeah.
make sure they got lots of film footage on it, and they'll
Yeah,
show, and we'll hear that and that will go viral. They saved my life. But then
yeah,
that'll be it. It'll be like 10 measly grand, not even 10 grand. It'll be $5,000.
yeah. That'll be it.
Yeah,
But that'll change their life, but
yeah.
one person, they won't
Just
change
one
anything.
person, yeah. But the
Yeah,
other $10 billion that is being shuffled around,
yeah. They're
and
screwed.
everybody is getting their beak wet on
Damn
that.
straight. Getting their beak wet. All right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Bye bye.